A limited time, I may have to do this year in two parts. So let's start this as we had the back to the story of the emperor's daughter. So the emperor's daughter has now been captured by a great king who presented palaces right next to the sea. She's on a boat in the sea. Now, later in this story, the Rav Schick is going to come back and he's going to point out that the Rebbe means to say that the word boat really refers to our bodies. So if you look at the way that the Kabbalists look in terms of us and our neshamas, the forces of the other side would be on our back, our spines, right? The spine is the nerve center of your body, but it's also connected to your brain. The brain is the place where the entrance of the forces of Kedusha come into your body, and they're supposed to permeate. But that Zeh Keneged Zeh, but on the other side, outside of this, and in the Kabbalah, in the Eitz Chaim, different places, we see all the different kinds of layers that are between us and the forces of the other side. Nonetheless, that you have these forces of the other side are there. And they set up attractive physical places like palaces, beautiful gardens. You have Busch Gardens, and you got Disneyland, and you have all these different enticing things, but they're all for your goof, in order to pull your goof in and to trap it. She's been trapped. But now she said like this, she's thinking of this, she got tricked, or she got actually kidnapped. And so she's now thinking like this, okay, so I'm going to go along with this. I'm going to find my way out, and I'm going to get out of this because I want to be kadosh, and I want to be connected to the Ein Sof Baruch Hu. That's the main thing that I want. So if that's going to be the case, so she says to this king, who's now thinking, wow, he's going to marry this unbelievable piece of kedusha. And what is he going to get out of it? He's going to get the ultimate thrill, the physical thrill that the other side wants. They're trying to get by sucking off of Kedusha to build themselves up. Because we have a rule that the other side only flourishes as a result of the Kedusha that it can suck off of. So therefore, that's what it's trying to do. Remember, it's like a metaphor for looking at your back and seeing your spinal column with another image of the same thing on the other side, trying to get into what's inside of your bones, which is the mochin, the kedusha that's inside of us, the very, very inside. So she said, "Bring me 11 girls to be accompaniment to me, because when I want to get married, I want to have an entourage, like we have at weddings." And he said, "Okay, you want to do that? That's fine. We're going to make this a really good time. We're going to have a blast over here. We're going to really have a tremendous time." And so she gets these 11 girls, and the Rav says that the 11 girls are really a metaphor for the 11 different types of Ketores that we have. Because what are the Ketores? The Ketores is a piece of Kedusha that's trapped in the Kali. So the different places in the Kali is 10 spheros just like we do, and each one of the 10 spheros has 10 spheros. There's lots of different kinds of places that you could see it. Now, in a certain way, you could count that the spheros, instead of being 10, you can make the spheros into 11, right? Because it's called Kachbad Hagat Nehim. So that's Keser, Chochma, Bina, Das, Chesed, Gevurah, Tiferes, Netzach, Chod, Yesod, and Malchus. Add them up, you'll see there's 11 over there. There's other places where we see there's only 9, which is called Chabad Chagat 9. There's different kinds of kaleidoscope views of what we're trying to talk about, what we're trying to understand in the spiritual world. So you have these princes who have daughters. What that metaphor is that I'm not sure. Is that it means that the princes or the nobility who has these 11 daughters is that they're actually captured there, or they live the life, they don't know better. But once they come out, this is what the Rab's going to say, once they come out, and once she gets them to herself, then she's going to use them to help propel and build up the Kedusha that surrounds her all the time. Let's see how much of this story I can do in the amount of time that I have left. I have just like 10 minutes or something like that. So it goes like this. We're on page Samach Beis, which is page number 62 in this book, Sipurei Maasiot. And it comes in different colors. I got different ones of them. But if someone is interested in this, just get a hold of me, 305-321-6338. I am Bobby, the lift manager. And I want to try to see a way that I can give you a lift, give you a chance to get to a higher place. So the story starts like this, continues. V'avihem shalabano banos sarim. Now the banos sarim, that is these 11 different kinds of perfumes or or Samamanim, the Ketoras, they're gone. Shahoy Regila and Shiyagil Alachem Igaros Zamizeh. Each one of them was getting letters sending back to them from their daughters. Now they're seeing like this. I'm sending her letters. But their daughters are not sending anything back. Was something wrong with the mail? So Amdo Asarim, as it went on for a while, and they got together and they all traveled over to the head king. But the daughters weren't gone. They got really, really angry. And they said, we got to get rid of this king. It's revolution. Look at how incompetent he is. That they wanted to send into the place that people who are guilty of the death penalty should go. And Rav Schick brings in this shakorim, pashikin. They send to a say called pashik. It sounds a lot like the word forsaken. Because they, after all, are the nobility of the country. But they thought like this. So why should we send them away? But wait a minute, just a second. He didn't really do anything. They left by themselves. Something else happened. But they decided in the end that he's responsible. As a result of that, they sent him away. So they removed him from his crown, and they divorced him from the king's kingdom, and he went on his way. So Rav Schick writes a shtickle musar here. The truth is that the neshama, which is the bas keser, she took these 11 girls. Why? Because they should become a help to her. Because after all, they're kedusha. But that's so that they're kadosh. So what is in fact that she's trying to do? She's building up her own kedusha. Where is she getting it from? Because these ketoras represents 11 different scents of kedusha that are stuck in the keli from the time of the shvira, which we learn in our Idrish year. So this is the secret of the 11 different types of incense. They have the power then, once they're free, to be able to knock down the kali, to get them away from us, and to only smell the sweetness of kedusha. Now you know that the king originally did something that was bad. Shatafis is a bas keser because he had kidnapped the bas keser, the daughter of the emperor. But she agreed to go with him, but she did it because she saw no choice. Therefore, she was going to go in a tricky way with him, in order to be able to save herself from him. So she said, listen, I have to have an entourage for this wedding, this big wedding we're going to have. Send me these 11 girls. And so in this way, which, in the deepest Kabbalah, we actually learn different ways, and we're trying to figure this out, trying to work on the different ways to pull these things out. How there actually is done. But that's what she says. That's what the neshama can do. The neshama can draw kedusha out of kali. So he said, and so that when she got to the girls, the 11 samamanim, then she ran. Now, but look back at it, and you'll realize that she tricked him into giving her these samamanim, but then she left. But on the other hand, look who he is. He kidnapped her. He kidnapped her in order to marry her, which means what? To get into the ultimate inside of kedusha and reproduce this tuma in kedusha, using it. So therefore, really, if you want to see who's really responsible, it's him. So then the fathers of these 11 girls came at Chalito. They chose the Havir Malchus of the Lagarsho that they're going to get rid of. He's going to force him to abdicate and to send him away. Because since he did something bad, if something bad happens to him, and Rav Schick writes, it brings a Gemara in Soita. So the way that you start judging other people, or the actions that you do which have an effect, so it's a mida keneged mida, what goes around, coming around, and it comes back onto him. He took somebody not right, And so therefore he was sent away. Ki kach derek shel adam, this is the way people are. Mashu also the zulas, what the person does to someone else, when mekabel chazara, he's going to wind up getting it back. So since he wanted to take her against her will, so it came around, so that was hidden, became hidden, these 11 bits of Zmamanim, which are called the daughters of the princes. And because of them, the other princes, the real nobility, got really mad at him because he was responsible. But Gersho so that therefore they sent him away. And they took him away from the kingdom. Now, let me see. I think that's what's going to be for right now. And I'll get back and say more of the story as soon as I possibly can. I'm out of time. Thanks.